All right, here is the headline from the Wall Street Journal. Al Lord. You ever heard of Al Lord? Back there in the control room? Nobody's heard of Al Lord. Oh, wait for it. Al Lord profited when college tuition rose. He's paying for it. What? Al Lord, the former chief executive of student loan giant Sallie Mae, has a complaint. Say it's not so, Al. He's got a complaint about education, higher ed. The price of college is too high.
Say what?
Thanks, Al. Hey, Al. Thank you. Thank you, Al. Now, some of you think I'm making fun of Al. I'm not. I'm saying, thank you, Al. It's a little too late, but we'll take it. This is the guy that drove the price of tuition up with his cronies in the government. In Congress! What? Let's break it down. But first, another startling quote from Al. He's been paying for his grandchildren's education in recent years, and he's appalled at the tuition bills. Direct quote, boy, I sure am glad we saved for my grandkids' college. If the average income is $40,000 or $50,000 or $60,000, I just don't know how you do it. Oh, thanks, Al. Thank you. Thank you. Americans in each of those income brackets are grateful for your empathy. By the way, the median family income in the United States right now is $78,000. Okay? According to 2020, we don't have 2021 results yet. Few people had as close a perspective on the cost of college as Al Lord, who's now 75. He said, with bewilderment for decades as colleges persistently raised their prices faster than inflation. All right, I just want to make sure you folks hear this. Higher ed has been raising their tuition prices faster than inflation, if you weren't paying close attention. Another quote from Lord. He said, they raise the tuition because they can, and the government facilitates it. He said, there was no question in my mind. I knew what was going on, he said in a recent interview, staring out the window of an office overlooking a river. Let me remind you what I've said before. This is the dude who knew what was going on. But he was running a for-profit company, Sallie Mae. Higher ed cares more about their fortune than your future. I'm going to say it again. Somebody needs to tweet that, write it down, put it out on social media, because it's not a popular thing to say, but I'm all in. Higher education cares more about their fortune than your future. And Johnny's future and Susie's future and everybody else you think they care so deeply about. It's a bunch of crap. These are the facts from the man's mouth himself. What's the background on Sallie Mae? It was formed by Congress in 1972 as the Student Loan Marketing Association. And they used taxpayer money to ensure that banks earned enough on the student loans. Your taxpayer dollars. Congress is behind this. Starting in the 1980s, college raised tuition at more than double the rate of inflation. That's from the Labor Department. See if there's any other great quotes in this guy before I go off. Yeah, nothing else. So there it is. Here's the guy. And I've read the whole article. It's in the Wall Street Journal. You can check it out. Let me give you the summary. So basically, Congress comes up with this idea, and they give Sallie Mae a really sweet guaranteed return, guaranteed any losses. And higher education said, hey, let's do this. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me give you an idea. Harvard's endowment right now, $40 billion. Harvard, $40 billion. We're talking generations of students could go to Harvard for free and they still wouldn't use the $40 billion endowment. When are we going to wake up? I mean, here's the guy. He's going, look, it was big business. And he was like, oh, we figured it out. So then we started taking it directly. They bypassed Congress. So Congress got them started with your tax dollars. And then Sallie Mae was like, let's go directly to students. I told you that this was a marketing play. This is big business. Higher education is in the business of making money, not making futures. I'm telling you, Joe, how long have I been saying this? That there's a wave coming, and it's like, this is another major domino. Wall Street Journal, this isn't some little rag. This isn't some guy who was in the compliance department of Sallie Mae. This was the CEO. Twice he was CEO, retired, came back. You can dive into the article. The guy turned it into a money-making machine. $300 million worth of assets. And now he's going, it's out of control. He went to Penn State for $1,500 a year, worked his way through. Incidentally, he's a guy that's going, I don't think we should just wipe away student loans. Well, thanks, Al. I mean, at what point do we wake up and go, enough is enough? What are we doing here? It's a status symbol? It's not helping our kids. I want to bring it all down, to be honest with you. I'm just going to say it. I want to reset. I want to make colleges slash their tuition, slash their staff sizes, use some of those endowments to pay those professors who just can't freaking get a job anywhere else. I don't care. It's about time that we make college an affordable and a relevant training opportunity, not a super expensive luxury, brand-driven excuse to drink really hard for 5 years. I'm not anti-education. I'm not. I'm anti-overinflated college tuition that's not focused on practical training. If you want your kids to read a bunch of liberal arts books and get liberal arts experience, then go find those for them. Somebody will create that. I'm all for the liberal arts. I get it. It's wonderful, but not in its current packaging. It's got to be broken up. Let's grab a pitchfork and charge the castle, shall we? If you agree, I want to hear from you. Ask at kencoleman.com. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, at Ken Coleman. Let's go. I'll organize the army. It's time. The evidence is there.